We all do it. You're standing in an elevator waiting for a meeting or meeting someone new, and somehow the conversation almost always starts with one topic.
How about that air quality, huh?
The weather.
Yeah. But are we relying on that a little too much? Well, we hit the streets and asked you, what is your conversation starter?
Do you ever fall back on the weather to kind of break the silence?
Oh, always. I'm always like, oh, it's crazy today. It's hot. Especially with like coworkers and stuff, I feel like that is like the easiest one.
Have you ever used the weather like, oh, it's really hot today?
So boring.
Once you get to talking about the weather, you've exhausted every other possible opportunity.
You're in a new place, you're with some strangers. What do you say to break the ice?
What is the most traumatic thing that's ever happened in your life?
Or how do you break the ice at a meeting or at a bar? Let's say you're meeting some new people. How are you breaking the ice?
Where are you from?
Oh, that's very good. Where are you from?
Long Island.
How would you want somebody to break the ice with you?
Asking about the World Cup right now.
I think the best discussion is sports. I think people have fun opinions about that, but people don't get angry about it.
I do not like having small talk.
I heard somebody say this the other day, and I thought it was really interesting. Instead of saying to someone, how are you feeling? Which is, okay. To say, what are you thinking about these days?
Some good ideas there. Look, the truth is, starting a conversation and keeping it going is a skill that many people struggle with.
Joining us now is Dr. Alison Wood Brooks, a behavioral scientist, Harvard Business School professor, best-selling author, and now a MasterClass instructor, helping people become more confident communicators. Welcome, Dr. Brooks.
Thank you so much, you guys. Good morning.
Good.
Should we start by saying what's the most dramatic thing that's ever happened in your life?
I love that woman.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, so we are talking about conversation starters. And today, everyone seems to have their own go-to. A lot of us are guilty of it, going to the weather, myself included. Why do so many people find it so difficult to just simply start a conversation with someone new?
I know, it's really hard. It's surprisingly tricky to land on topics that are interesting and exciting to everybody. And the weather is such a go-to crutch for all of us because we're all experiencing it all the time. It's really salient. It's obvious. We know we have it in common, even if with people we've never talked to before.
As a companion to your new class on MasterClass, the MasterClass team came up with such a creative idea, not the weather app. It looks exactly like a weather app, but instead of giving you the forecast, it gives you conversation tips. Where did that idea come from, and what do you hope people take away when they use it?
I wish I could take credit for it myself. It was this genius team at MasterClass. After we had collaborated on my new class called The Conversation Advantage, they were like, we're so inspired by your content, and we want to design this web app that lives completely on the web, and you can just log on and check it out all the time. It looks like a weather app, but actually you log on and you can see as time goes on during the day, you can click on like what conversation's coming next. Am I going to a party? Am I going to a work meeting? Am I going on a date? Am I talking to my spouse? And instead of saying, it's 70% chance of rain, bring an umbrella, it's like 70% chance of running out of stuff to talk about. Here's an idea about what you can do in this next conversation. It's totally genius. It's adorable. I hope everyone will log on and give it a try.
I mean, genius and adorable. No words to describe me, but I like it for what you're doing. So one thing that really surprised me is that your research showed great conversationalists, they're not born, they're made. So why is conversation actually a skill that we can all practice and improve?
Yes, it's a common myth to think that some people are born with great conversation skills. They're just charismatic by nature, and other people aren't. But that's a myth. Conversation is a skill. Everybody needs to learn how to do it well. And even people who are great at it, usually if you ask them, they're working really hard at it. They're thinking ahead before a conversation starts about what they might talk about. They're listening. They're putting in lots of effort to listen to their conversation partner. They're raucously curious to learn what other people have to say. So there's a lot more effort and skill involved. And anyone can learn those skills, even if you feel like you're not a great conversationalist by nature.
And you take that research even further in your new class on MasterClass. What is one technique that you can teach immediately to help somebody feel more confident, whether they're walking into a job interview or a networking event or even on a first date?
Sure. We've put a little shade on starting a conversation with the weather. I would actually say it's great to start with the weather. You can start a conversation anywhere you want. The mistake that people mostly make is that they stay there too long. One beat on the weather is fine, but the skill is moving away from the weather. How do we make it more personal, more interesting, more grounded in reality, more gritty, more exciting? And one way to do that is to ask just one more follow-up question. Are you nervous when there's smoke in the air? Do you like it when it's hot? Are you a person who's usually cold, or do you run hot, right? So make it a little more personal, move up that pyramid towards things that are more exciting and interesting, move away from being bland and sort of general.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Brooks. A lot of our viewers, I'm sure, are thinking about their next conversation. And now you've given us some tips, so thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, you guys. Check it out on MasterClass, The Conversation Advantage.
We will do it. If you would like to learn more about Dr. Brooks' class on MasterClass and the Not the Weather app, just scan the QR code on your screen, or you can head over to pix11.com and click on the Pix Partners tab.